Appalachia. This is Paladin Romani of the Brotherhood of Steel, broadcasting from Fort Atlas. You are no longer facing the wasteland alone. The Brotherhood has returned. Our
Appalachia.
better, safer life.
Appalachia. Thought it was gonna be in the rear view forever. Coming back is weird. Gormon's freaks are all gone. Even those gun-toting maniac cutthroats. Leaving was humiliating. Meg called it. Now she'll never let us forget it.
Welcome to Fort Atlas. Hello, Russell Dorsey, Brotherhood Initiate. Welcome to Fort Atlas. Formerly the Atlas Observatory, now headquarters for the Brotherhood of Steel. Well, this is Fort Atlas, new headquarters of the Brotherhood of Steel in Appalachia. The Brotherhood's in the process of getting everything in order here, but already people from all over Appalachia are turning up. Some need help, some want to join, but it seems like everybody's curious what comes next. I just say what Paladin Romani says. We're here to help.
Those old army ranks are meaningless. The Brotherhood is a new world order.
Me? Oh, I'm just a guy who wanted to be a part of something special. A place to do something that really mattered. I picked up the messages the Brotherhood were broadcasting on the way here, and I came out ahead to help set up the place, hoping they'd let me join. They liked my initiative, and now I'm an initiate. Nice bit of symmetry, I thought. Of course. What'd you want to know? The Brotherhood of Steel is a... well, I guess you'd call it a military organization. Founded originally. We're dedicated to rebuilding society and preserving old technology. Keeping the mistakes of the past from being repeated, you know? One of the members from California could tell you more, I'm sure. Oh, it's an honor. I know that sounds like some recruiting poster nonsense, but really, it is. I finally feel like I'm part of something meaningful. Building a better world alongside other people who have committed their lives to that cause. Sure, sometimes it means doing guard shifts in the rain, but hey, small price to pay. Pretty sure that's strategic information I'm not supposed to just give out to anybody. What do you need? Looking to sign up? Or just curious? Well, either way, I guess it's not me you want to talk to. Most of the fort's off limits to civilians, but if you're interested, Knight Shin's in charge of the new recruits. He's very serious about protocol and security, so you'll have to speak to him first if you want to get anywhere. If you're looking to make a difference, you've come to the right place.
have real duties to attend to. The outer perimeter is still unsecured, the provisions aren't properly stowed, and we're awash in hopefuls. I have no time to be babysitting civilians.
Your duties are what I say they are, Knight. Your objections are noted, but this is a direct order from your commanding officer. Help us put on a good face for the local people. We've just moved into their backyard. They're nervous. Show them we mean no harm.
If you insist, Paladin. If there's nothing further, I'll have the completed report on your desk shortly.
I expect nothing less from you. As you were, Shin.
Paladin, if you're here with a request for the Brotherhood, get in line. I don't have time for you right now. That was a Brotherhood matter, civilian, and none of your concern. You're trying my patience, so get on with it. Knight Daniel Shin, Brotherhood of Steel, 1st Expeditionary Force. We've got important work to do here, so get to the point. Did he? Initiate Dorsey is supposed to be manning his post at the entrance, not acting as my secretary. Specifics of our mission are not for discussion with civilians. We're here under orders from Elder Maxson. Stay out of our way, and we won't have any problems.
The old world has so much to teach us.
If we accept you as an initiate, and that is far from certain, you would be pledging yourself to our order and our cause. Our order exists to locate, secure, and protect dangerous technologies. Humanity cannot be trusted with the means to destroy itself. We will not allow another apocalypse.
Keep fighting out there.
That is within the scope of Paladin Romani's directives. It takes more than just asking, of course. If you are sincere about wishing to join our ranks, you would have to earn the approval of the officers here, including me. Is that? If you mean that, then you are right. But if that's sarcasm, I recommend you stow it. Immediately. Normally, I'd stick you with the other hopefuls until we decide whether you're worthy. But, if you're serious about joining us, you've got good timing. There's something you could do for me that would help the Order and demonstrate your qualities as a candidate. We've had a number of civilians show up here at Fort Atlas, asking for one thing or another from the Brotherhood. People are afraid, or want something, or looking to involve us in local squabbles. Civilian outreach is not my specialty. There's too much left to do to secure this facility. If you're really interested in helping, save my time. Interview the petitioners, find out what they want, and report back to me.
The elders have so much to teach us. I hope I'll get to meet them in person. Someday.
To be in the Brotherhood is an honor. If that's truly something you want, start here. Perform this duty well, and we can talk about your future.
We're building something big here. Don't get left behind.
No. The chain that binds dictates a strict hierarchy of command. And, as the only knight present, the initiates are directly under me. Unless I say so, your contact with the Brotherhood stops here. Do this right. Don't make me regret giving you. Conduct yourself properly, and we can consider putting you forward as an initiate candidate.
You better have something useful to say to me. I just told you who I am. I already told them that when I got here. Nobody's listening in this place. I came here so that they can make things right, and they won't even listen to me. Oh, can't even come to me himself? What, he needs to requisition some more armor polish? All right, keep it cool, Sean. So, I'm a scavenger mainly. Always been pretty good with a set of tools, so I do all right for myself, scrapping and fixing things. I trade what I find or fix with the folks at Foundation when I need something I can't get otherwise. Mostly, I like to be left alone. The problem is that a couple of these Brotherhood clowns showed up and took a bunch of my stuff at gunpoint. Now I'm a peaceful man. I really am. I sure wasn't equipped to deal with armed thugs requisitioning the little I've managed to put together for myself. Never understood the Raiders. I like the quiet life. I don't need much, and I need trouble less. But after this, oh, I came here to give the Brotherhood a chance to make things right. Else maybe, at least they don't pretend to be the good guys.
The elders have so much to teach us.
All right.
Get to meet them in person.
Don't blow me off like I'm making this up. These people have a responsibility to fix this. They had the power armor, and they said they were Brotherhood. Sorry I didn't make sure to ask proof when they had me at gunpoint. Listen, I don't have much, but what's mine is mine. The Brotherhood pretends like they're noble, but then they let this happen? In their name? Raiders don't act like something they're not, and at least the gangs defend their own. Then tell them, and get them to do something about it.
Never forget the heroes of Fort Defiance.
I gave you a job to do. Unless you're done, get to it.
But they're only looking to the future.
If I don't sleep tonight, I should be able to get this list done.
Speak or go? Yes. Something I can help you with? I am waiting to speak with a Brotherhood representative. I have no interest in small talk with strangers. Perhaps I spoke too hastily. I can be rather unthinkingly brusque. Dr. Edgar Blackburn, at your service. Are you working with this Night Shin? I had heard that the Brotherhood possessed advanced technology. As a doctor and a scientist, this was of great interest. My research is always in need of equipment and materials rather difficult to obtain by scavenging and bartering. I came to see if an arrangement could be made, but from what I can see of their operations, they are as yet still in too much disarray. Given the state of my fellow supplicants, I would hypothesize that their needs likely outweigh my own.
You looking at something?
Something I can do for you.
Thank you.
Well, now look at you. You with these steel brother fellas? I've been waiting a good spell to talk to them. Farming such as it is. Got a patch ain't barely more than scald. But it's mine.
Local
And I manage.
if underfed.
Longer than I'd prefer. These steel types ain't half disorganized right. Heard the news about these fellas and reckon I'd better go see 'em. Ain't the only one neither, I see. Well, it's about time. I'd like to die of old age waiting on 'em. Name's Art Knapp. So, what's this? Ain't much to tell. Been a farmer one way or another, all my life. My daddy before me, and so on. Set up in these parts after I heard it was safe again. Turned out, there's plenty of raiders fixing to take what ain't nailed down. Ain't much use bellyaching about it, but neither am I just gonna... Got seed in the ground right now. I ain't yet seen a raider willing to scrabble in the soil for seeds, so I reckon it'll get by till... A fair trade's what I want. I've heard stories about these steel types back in the day. They was going around taking things from folks. For the cause, they said. Yeah, like that don't make 'em raiders too. Well, I ain't got much, and I already got to worry about raiders. So, I reckon it's better to make a deal up front. My farm don't produce much, but I got some extra. I expect they'll have a use for it. In return, I want these Steal boys and girls to keep raiders away from my farm. Heard a lot of noise. Fair enough. Can't expect more than that. Thank you. You take care too. I should be getting back to work, so get at it.
Lord, 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 Lord. Hey, yeah, you. Who do I need to talk to around here? You don't look like one of these Brotherhood yahoos. Name's Tally Lane. What's your deal? I just told you, dummy. Tally Lane. Just another chick trying to make it in the wasteland, you know? Who, me? Nah. Nah. Cool as a cryo grenade, me. Definitely. Shin? He the scary guy with the stick up his butt? Alright, shoot. Oh, I'm just a poor country girl, you know? Parents died ages ago, so it's just me and a few friends trying to make our way in the world. It's pretty scary out there. Just a bunch of orphans helping each other out. We're practically just kids. Gotta grow up on... We'd sure feel a lot safer with some of those high-tech guns these Brotherhood have to scare off all the maniacs. What? Me? A raider? No. A little old me? Don't be silly. Yeah, that's right. Big shiny guns. Now, all the talk in the area is about these Brotherhood folks with their high-tech toys, and I thought, Tally, you gotta get some of that. For self-defense, of course. Just so me and some of my poor, innocent friends can protect ourselves from all the nasty folks out there.
Radiation levels known.
Hey, I get it. Promises backfire all the time. Well, go get 'em.
Did you wish to speak with me?
Look what the rad roach dragged.
This is... Have you finished the task I gave you? Good. Let's get this done. I have the list from their arrival. Give me the high-level overview.
We have to cut ourselves free.
The Brotherhood is not a charity, and our mission does not cover providing civilians with equipment to pursue their personal interests, unless the Doctor intends to provide that research to the Brotherhood exclusively, and under our supervision, he will get nothing. Our job is to procure and protect technology, not fund civilian scientists in developing it. If the Doctor's research proves dangerous, then the Brotherhood will take a very pointed interest. Until then, it is his problem. Next report. We are not mercenaries here to serve as guards for anyone with some goods to trade in payment. This is not a charity. As a civilian, you are free to play hero for everyone that comes to you with a sad tale. The Brotherhood, however, has a duty to its mission, and that does not include playing bodyguard. Enough about that. No, we are...
go home. Let us take care of things here. Fine.
That aligns with my observation of her when she arrived. Your judgment may be better than I expected. Moving on. Impossible. Whatever happened, it was not us. That sounds like something Paladin Romani would say. But what he believes is of no concern of ours. Our people did not rob this man. We are not involved, and it should remain that way. That's everything. Against my initial judgment, you have shown that you can take orders and make yourself useful for the Brotherhood. You need to lose those soft civilian instincts, but I will make note of your assistance in my report to Paladin Romani. Should you wish to join our ranks, I will not oppose your enlistment. I grant you permission, provisionally, to enter the compound proper. Go to our scribe Valdez. You will need her support as well if you want Paladin Romani's attention.
I get to go out and prove my worth.
What I am going to do is make the recommendations I see fit in my report to Paladin Romani. As the commanding officer, the final decisions will be hers, and your concern in the matter. Let me complete my report. If I do not have other pressing duties, then orders and duty are the lifeblood of the Brotherhood. You are not yet one of us. Consider it a suggestion.
This is my place, my mission.
Be vigilant, outsider. This is a secure area. Treat it as such. I am a link in the chain that binds. That is what keeps this order together.
The settlers want to rebuild, but they're only looking to the future. We need to understand the past history.
I'd love to look at the stars.
Have my eye on you.
The elders have so much.
Watch your step. It's hello, civilian. I don't mean to be rude, but what exactly are you doing up here? Oh, a prospective initiate. The Knight Shin sent you. And I guess we're both in luck.
I could do more than just fight.
Paladin Romani makes the call on new recruits, but the Knight and I have some influence. It just so happens I'm in need of someone to help me out on a little mission. If you're interested, I can bring you along and put you to work. Do a good job, and I'll send a recommendation your way. How about it? Our new base is littered with old technology, but there's something in particular I want to investigate. It's down in the bowels of this place, a part of Atlas that we've cornered off. I'm not keen on going...
One day I'll make night. Then I'll show those readers.
Glad we can come to an agreement. Any questions before we start? All right. Ideally, yes, actually. In practice, we're supposed to be the lore keepers, preserving old technology for the betterment of today. Instead, I spend all my time soldering wires on busted comms equipment. This investigation will be a breath of fresh air. It's what being a scribe should be about.
This is my place, my mission.
Can I do it? Yes. But it's not my life. Believe it or not, I didn't choose to be a scribe. I was born into it. My parents chose this life for me. I've gotten used to it, but it isn't mine. Night Shin would throw a fit if he heard just how unprofessional I was now. We should get back to business. Normally I would, but today you came along. We have a lot of capable initiates, but we could always use more. Handle yourself well, and I'll be... Not as a civilian. However, if Paladin Romani lets you join our ranks, then I might reconsider. Especially if you're a big help on this mission. Sure. Great! Unfortunately, I need to finish up a few things here. Head downstairs and I'll meet you in a bit.
But how do I show that I'm fit to be a scribe when I'm put on patrol day and night?
Calibrate this, tighten that.
Hope I'll get to meet them in person someday.
The weapon may keep me safe, but it doesn't make these repairs go any faster.
Need to have Valdez take another look at my armor. 2,000 miles of hiking's put some real wear on it.
Hope those kids we picked up are doing okay. What were their names again? Started with an M.
I'm gonna make a name for myself. When do I get to go out and prove my worth?
Good, you're here. So, how do you feel about reading comprehension? I was hoping to start out by sweeping the area for documentation left behind from before the war. Are you trying to get on my good side? Because that's how you get on my good side. But enough about that. I'd like to get started. Let's head downstairs and see what we can turn up. Looks like what we need. This must be Dr. Hammond, Atlas's lead scientist. We recovered some of his holotapes and logs in our initial sweep of the area. This tech down here is his handiwork, and he couldn't give it up. Even after the war, I should make arrangements for burial. Here's a document. I think this is good. Let's talk for a sec. That should be enough to start. Let me take a look. Atlas decommission report. So the project was in bad shape after all? I knew it sounded too good to be true. Fascinating. Wow. This is some seriously classified stuff that I just let you read, isn't it? I wasn't supposed to... That's a mature attitude to take. There's only so much I can tell you, but I'll share what I feel is relevant. Atlas wasn't exactly an observatory before the war. That was just a front. The military conducted research here. Pretty advanced research. We're down here to investigate and see what's worth salvaging for the Brotherhood. We run a tight ship in the Brotherhood. Or, at least we're supposed to. All of the information we collect is distributed on a need-to-know basis. I was hoping we could get through this without you needing to know, but I guess that was too much to ask. Now, let's follow up on some leads from this report. I'd like to do a quick inspection of some key components that should be nearby. There's probably a terminal around here. If it's still running, we can do a diagnostics test. That will tell us about some of the lessons. The report mentioned that the machine's intake pump was under a lot of pressure. Let's find the release valve for that and give it a spin, see what happens. Finally, the lower core on this level should have a wiring box. Why don't we take a glance at that to get an idea of the electrical hookups? The diagnostics test can tell us the state of some key components that we won't be able to test. Keep an eye on the state of each component and we'll want to look into them after the initial check. The release valve is an emergency mechanism that can relieve pressure on the intake pipes if they come under stress. If all is well, we'll just be able to turn it and nothing out of the ordinary will happen. Think of the wires like the blood vessels of the machine. Without the electricity running through them, we just need to do a little checkup and see what... The diagnostic, keep an eye. Should be a simple inspection. You can have point, but I'll be looking over your shoulder. Take note of the details and we'll discuss how it goes after.
You okay?
Looks like we've got company. We survived. That does it for the inspection. Let's talk. All right, let's go over the inspection results. The diagnostics check revealed some issues. Flux disruption in the induction loop, intake valves ruptured, and the ion focus? Misaligned. Problematic to say the... Next, we have the release valve. It certainly did. I'm going to mark that down as bad. Last but not least, the wiring. Yep, I think the warm reception. Okay, well, sorry about the pop quiz. But in general, you're handling yourself well so far. Nobody does, outside of a classroom. That's why I love to evaluate new prospects this way. If I'm going to recommend you to Paladin Romani, I need to know you're serious. Can you pay attention? Think on your feet? If you can, you earn my favor. If you can't, then, well, maybe I reconsider my recommendation. I'm worried about what our inspection turned up. There are a few parts I'd like to extract and examine in my lab. There's the pressure gauge, the core processor, and the ion focus. They should be upstairs. There's a lot I can learn from examining them, if we can pull them out and get them back to my lab in decent condition. I want to take some notes on the core up there, so I'm going to leave the parts removal to you. Each extraction will be a little different, but in general, you'll want to use a light touch. I want the components in good condition, so please be careful. Any questions, or are you ready to get started? You saw what happened when we tested the release valve. I want to examine the stress on the gauge. That could tell us if all that built-up pressure was normal. Oh, and you may have to pry it off, but be careful about it when the time comes. A very important and technical component. It helps force particles into a beam that the machine could fire to affect the weather. Somehow. Could take a bit of manual dexterity. The brain of the machine. It's the component that coordinates all of the others. It should be slotted into a terminal somewhere. May take a little technical know-how. I'm counting on you. Let's see what you can do. Machine Corps. What is this thing? That doesn't sound good.
Hostile target detected. Warning. Hostiles in area.
Whatever you did up there, the security system sure didn't like it. Thanks for the backup. I doubt I could have handled that on my own. Now that that's over with, let me take a look at what you've collected. The pressure gauge looks like it's in good condition. The core processor is pristine. Good work on that. The ion focus looks usable. Impressive. The induction coil isn't looking so hot. Hopefully it's salvageable. And what is this? This is... Is this ultrasight? Fascinating. This looks like some kind of compact power source. None of the documents, none of the terminals said anything about this. Did this power the whole machine? If it wasn't staring me in the face right now, I'd say it sounded pretty far-fetched. Yes, Project Atlas may be beyond our power to repair, but we might have something here. I expected the machine to use a small reactor's worth of energy, but they condensed that into a container I can hold in my hands. Oh, I could do a lot with this. You were a big help. I'm sure you have what it takes to be an initiate, and soon. Here, take this letter to Paladin Romani. She'll make the final call on letting you into the Brotherhood, but my wreck may tip the scales. I'm going back upstairs to take a look at these components. I need to catalog our findings. If nothing else, this ultrasight battery has piqued my interest. There's a lot I could learn from reverse engineering it. Oh, I'm giving you access to my private terminal, too. It has all the logs we recovered from when we moved in. After what we just went through, I think you deserve to know more about Project Atlas. Take a look if you get some free time. Thanks again for your help, and good luck with the Paladin.
have my eye on you.
You arrived in Appalachia not a moment too soon.
Do you need some? I don't have anything to say to you or anyone else.
Wonder if Night Shin will let me try.
I'm sure you wouldn't be too thrilled to talk to anyone. If both your parents were dead and you were stuck with the people who caused it. If you want to talk about how great the Brotherhood of Steel is, talk to Max instead. You two can lick Shin's boots together. I really don't want to talk about it. Just watch out. The Brotherhood can be reckless, and they justify it with some bullshit savior complex.
Things would be different now if Taggarty's unit
I would if I could, but Max refuses, and I can't just leave him behind. We're all that we've got left. Hopefully he'll come to his senses and stop his blind hero worship. Congratulations on not being naive like Max over here. Maybe there's hope for you yet. Let's... You know what? I just might.
Perfectly preserved pie with every dinner declined. This ration
Good.
request doesn't even have a name on it.
How old do I have to be to become an initiate?
Are you even
Do you want to play the Armor Ace board game with me? Oh, well, my name is Maximo. You can call me Max, though, for short. My big sister Marcia and I live here now with the Brotherhood. Isn't that cool? Well, the town we lived in got attacked by raiders and our mother was killed. But luckily, since we didn't really have anyone anymore, Paladin Romani had us come along. I can't wait to become a member and fight off bad guys like they do. I'll make sure... Oh yeah! It's a lot of fun living in the Brotherhood of Steel. I kinda wish there were more kids my age to play with, but it's okay. The less distractions from my training, the better. I'm gonna become the best Brotherhood of Steel member that Paladin Romani has ever seen. They're heroes! The Brotherhood is gonna save humanity and help make the world a better place. They saved my sister and me and a bunch of other people along the way. Plus, the power armor they get to wear is so cool! Whatever you want. Sure, I'd be happy to talk about them. I mean, they're my heroes. She's the leader of the Brotherhood, and I'm gonna try my best to impress her so that she makes me an initiate one day. It was Paladin Romani's idea to let us stay here with them.
Don't bother me.
And I'm so happy that she did. Oh, absolutely. She cares a lot about saving people and stopping bad guys. No way! I can't get the proper training I need to become a Brotherhood of Steel Knight there. I need the best combat training there is, and that's here. Speaking of, I wonder if Night Shin is busy right. Okay. Night Shin is super cool. Have you seen his power armor? He doesn't really talk to me much, but I think it's just because he's super busy doing Brotherhood stuff and fighting bad guys. Plus he's usually hanging out by the weapons, and I'm not allowed to go near there. I think we're gonna be best friends one day.
Sleep tonight, I should be able to get this list done.
You think? I want to know all about the Brotherhood of Steel. What? No, he's just busy. Saving the world is hard work. Someone in the Brotherhood can't be a jerk. They're literally the good guys. Okay. Odessa is the best. She's super smart and is always saying stuff that I don't really understand, but I'm gonna study really hard. And sometimes when the others aren't around, we play hide and seek around the fort. Nah, I want to be a knight like Shin so I can wear power armor and use cool weapons. If I was to be a scribe though, I would want to be just like... She told me I could because we're friends. Just like how you can call me Max instead of Maximo. Okay. Sounds good. Stay safe.
Someone returned their gun to the wrong Do I need to call a seminar on this?
Why are you snooping around here? What do you want? Thanks. I appreciate that. I'll keep that in mind if I ever feel up to it. Good.
I need to remind Scribe Valdez to read too.
I don't have any business with you.
These people are still hurling nukes at each other. It's madness.
Raiders causing trouble again. We'll have to do something about it. Still, this is...
Request for the Brotherhood should be passed through Night Shin. Ah, you must be the one I've been hearing about. Paladin Layla Romani. What do you need? Well, between this and the report I have from Night Shin, we can discuss you becoming a member of our order. Consider it carefully. Do you wish to join our ranks?
Another nuke. We arrived in Appalachia not a moment too soon.
Membership in the Brotherhood is a commitment to honor, duty, and service. You would begin as an initiate in our ranks. With time and training, you may one day join the Scrolls as a knight or scribe, depending on your aptitudes and choices. On a day-to-day basis, Knight Shin would be your direct superior here, though any of the officers may requisition you for missions if needed.
No meat. Approved. A perfectly preserved pie with every dinner declined.
Both have given their approval to your initiate consideration. Yes. Knight Shin said that your attitude regarding the role of the Brotherhood in relation to the civilian community was questionable. Nonetheless, he felt your intentions were honorable and suitable training would correct any deficiencies. Which means he probably thought I'd like you.
I am a link.
That remains to be seen.
That is what keeps this order together.
In short, she thinks you are capable, helpful, and possessed of a higher-than-average technical aptitude. Useful qualities in an initiate candidate. Yes? I know we can seem cold to outsiders, so I'll let that pass. What I want you to understand is that we are committed to helping the people of Appalachia. We want to aid in the restoration of civilization, and you could be a part of that. Consider. With the recommendations of Knight Shin and Scribe Valdez, I'm willing to consider you for membership. But first, I need to see how you handle yourself without direct supervision.
The people of Appalachia think a bomb is a plane.
In order to be effective in our operations here, we need to establish positive relations with the people of Appalachia. If we make them see us as a beneficial presence in the area, it will be much easier to secure cooperation in the future. We have reports of feral ghoul attacks on traders and travelers in the southwest forest region, indicative of a nest of some kind. I want you to clear it out.
Things would be different now if Taggarty's unit had survived.
Your reward is that I consider you worthy to join our ranks. Limited intel suggests this is a milk run, perfect for a new recruit. But you're not wrong. We don't know the level of threat. Take this as an additional precaution.
I am a link in the chain that binds. That is what keeps this order together.
We don't know. Our initial reports on the attacks came from a family of farmers, the Putnams, that we passed on the way into the region. I think their sons were rather starstruck when we showed up. I almost expected the old boy to follow us when we left. You should start your search there. They may know more. You can find them at the old Lewis and Sons farming supply.
Right. The people of Appalachia think a bomb is a plaything.
Complete this mission satisfactorily, and I will grant you initiates. While I'm not in the habit of explaining my priorities to would-be recruits, you may have noticed there's a lot of work to be done here. You doing it accomplishes the mission and adds another member to our ranks. 2 birds, 1 stone. Very well. Do this, and you will be one of us, with all the rights and responsibilities of a full member of the Brotherhood of Steel. Ad Victoriam. Everyone. The old world has so much to teach us. Why didn't I see it before?
To cut ourselves free from America to rebuild America. Take the old and forge it anew.
Starting recording. Knight Alan Connors, Brotherhood of Steel. Oh, 1 second. Let me toss another one on the fire. Screw it. I'll do a status report later. This one's off the record. Odessa, Daniel, I'm about halfway through the night shift, and it's gotten me thinking. I know it's been tough on you two. Neither of you are quite the grizzled old-timers that Layla and I are. I just want you both to know how proud I am. Not just to see you rise to the challenge, but to see you do it with such vigor and determination. For every bit of trouble this trip has been, it's only just started. But I hope you can enjoy calm nights like these, and take a moment to relax. Look, each of us have our reasons for being here, including Layla. You may not always see eye to eye, but know that she cares deeply for both of you. And Daniel, I know you probably feel she cares too much, but that's just her way. Leading from the heart has always worked out for her in the past. Trust me, man. I've been through the thick of it with her. In this journey ahead, we're going to need to rely on each other with unwavering support. The toughest trials have yet to come. But remember, we're more than a brotherhood now. We're family.
Unnecessary blood.
Someone returned their gun to the wrong place again. Do I need to call a seminar on this? If I don't sleep tonight, I should be able to get this done.
Need to have Valdez take another look at my armor. 2,000 miles of hiking is what's a real wear on it.
The elders have so much to teach us.
Disorder is to be expected in a place that lacked brotherhood oversight for so long. Still, this is... Each day in service of the Brotherhood is a step forward.
Huh? Whoa there. Mom, Dad!
Who do you think you are barging in here? George?
Hold it, stranger. No funny moves.
The Brotherhood? Again?
Oh, man. Cool! Ha! I told you they'd be back, Colin.
Lower the gun, George. All right. Why don't you come over here and we'll try to do this like civilized folk.
Mom's gonna want to talk to you first. You better go before she gets mad.
Now you need to be more careful just waltzing into people's homes. It's a good way to end up with more lead in you than's healthy. I'm Carol Putnam. This my husband, George. Now, won't you tell us why you're barging in here, and maybe we can all be friendly when you're done. Might not be Lewis or Sons, but
Lewis was a cousin of mine back in the day. God rest his soul. He and his family didn't make it when the bombs fell. We were looking a good place to put down roots when we heard it was safe to come back to West Virginia. I told Carol we ought to see if this place was still here.
Even after all these years, there's enough salvageable tools and such to make starting a farm easier here than your average homestead. Didn't see any point in updating the sign. No, not all. Just the ones that waltz in unannounced looking like trouble. Those would be them military types in the heavy armor that came through here recently, right? I'm the one that told them.
Those Brotherhood guys are so cool. Wait, are you recruiting? I want to sign up.
Their gear was pretty fascinating.
Settle down, boys. The adults is talking. So you want to know about them ghouls? Lord, don't get them started.
Oh, yeah. The lasers, the power armor, they are the coolest thing I have ever seen.
Marty, you barely do your chores now, and you get confused by the generator.
Yeah, well, at least I'm not a shrimp like...
I can pay you to get these two out of my hair.
George!
I'm just kidding. You boys know we love you.
Go ahead, George. I'm curious, too.
They're grown, I suppose, and it might be a good opportunity for them. We can't spare them on the farm, though. There's too much work to do. One, maybe. Long as you swear to look out. Reckon you better ask the wife, though.
Now, I don't like it, but they're adults. Or close enough, I guess. And I know they're bound to want to do their own thing, but the farm needs work. We can't do it alone. If one of them wants to go, well now, George and I'll just have to live with it. You ain't taking both of my boys, though.
Ooh, me.
I'd prefer you kept it that way, then.
I think I could be a real asset to you, though. I'm good with machines, and I work hard. Heck, I'm the one who repaired the bots outside.
Forget about him. The Brotherhood's tough, not a bunch of nerds. I'd be perfect.
Let it be, boys.
Fine by me. Me, George, and the boys. Marty's the overeager one. Colin's the quiet one.
There's also the robots outside, of course. I got them helping with the chores.
Nerd. Boys, knock it off.
So, us, the robots, and the dogs, I guess. And enough firepower to discourage pests. Well, we're getting to be self-sufficient soon. Greenhouse is getting there. George wants to restore the house, but we're fine in here.
The boys are gonna want rooms of their own, dear. Don't act like you wouldn't mind being away from their snoring.
We've got other work needs doing first. Lord, if I can put up with your snoring for 20 years, I can surely deal with them. Can't say for certain. We got a suspicion.
A lot of the sightings and attacks have been from folks traveling the highway to Flatwoods. They come out of the hills, northwest of the old creamery.
And the only thing out that way is what's left of the Orwell orchards. Could be the source of the things. You gonna wipe them out when you find them? Aren't you on a mission from the Brotherhood?
She's right, of course, but that doesn't mean we're not grateful for the risk you're taking. Now here, wherever you find ghouls, you're gonna find them.
Not sure. More than a few, less than an army. From what folks have said, if you're going in alone, even a few can swarm you before you even realize what's happening. Be careful out. Good to hear.
You'd be doing everybody in the area a favor. That's for sure.
Safe roads mean safer traders. Good for everyone. The Brotherhood would definitely be making friends if you pull this. All right, then. Just try not to startle us if you drop by again. George has a hair trigger with that shotgun.
gotta take me with you. I'm ready for this. I just know it. I'll be just like that night Shin who... Well, no. But I use a rifle sometimes to keep critters away from the crop. One night, I thought I saw a super mutant coming out of the woods. So Dad came running because of the noise. It turned out it was just dark and I shot a bush, but I wasn't scared. Heck yes! And Paladin Romani. So cool. I asked them a bunch of questions and told them about wanting to leave the farm and everything, and they said I was remarkable. I think that means they liked me. I'm strong, I'm fit, and I'm ready to fight. Whatever you need, I'll fight mutants or ghouls. Oh, Mom and Dad are fine here. The farm is their dream, not mine. Besides, the only thing I'm really good for around here is hauling things. I can't grow anything to save my life. I know Colin's got the brains, but even I know that's a bad thing for a farmer. Of course! Them showing up is the most exciting thing that's happened to me in, like... I know I sound like a kid asking for a treat, but I mean it. I'll do whatever it takes. Can you really get me in? What? Really? But, like... But you're working for him, right? I mean, you... Oh, of course. I'm sure they'll listen to you. I'll be a big help. Just you wait.
Sure thing. I'm sure this farm is... Can you make me... You're not. But you said they're Paladin. Still, if you can talk to her, you could tell her I helped you out. All right, I'll do my best. Are you sure about me? Really? That's incredible. You go on ahead. I need to talk to my folks and say goodbye and that kind of thing. I'll meet you at Orwell Orchards.
You take care of my boy. Understand?
You got more questions? Or is luring one of my boys on? I'm not happy about it, but I can see he got his heart set on it. I gave my permission, and now I have to live with it. Get my baby boy hurt, though. Well, for your own safety. Just try.
Jeez. I never figured the runt would be the one to go out on an adventure first. Listen, I give him a rough time, but he's my little brother. You let him get hurt, and I'll find you. That's a promise.
Alert. Possible source of compostables detected.
Hey, you're here. Seemed like this was the place. I had to sneak past everything outside, and then I heard some noises deeper in here, so I just hold up to wait for you. I hope that's okay. Don't worry, I will. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Oh, wow. That was a lot. Yeah, actually, thanks. That was terrifying. I didn't completely lose it though, and thanks, really. I know how that would have gone if it was just me. I'm still shaking. I'm really a little worried you're so... I guess I can handle it, but if I have the choice, I'll stick to books and machines, thanks. Definitely. I might not be the most brave in a fight, but you must need people to keep everything running. And if the occasional moment of terror is the price for getting to work with their tech, I can live with it. I will. Thanks again for keeping me alive, as well as giving me this chance. I'll make sure you and the rest of the Brotherhood don't regret it. Be safe out there.
Everything makes sense now. This is my place. The fight is just beginning. Stay disciplined.
I need to remind Scribe Valdez.
Welcome back. Have you completed your assigned mission, candidate? Ah, that explains young Colin Putnam arriving at our doorstep then. I can't say Shin thought much of him, but if he makes it through basic training, I think you found us another scribe. That'll make Valdez happy. I'm very pleased with your initiative. Excellent job. Not only have you achieved everything we set out for you, but you have expanded our order and helped to secure its future in Appalachia. I hereby confer on you the status of probationary initiate in the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm sorry, but we'll have to put the official initiation right on hold. Something's come up, and we need to deal with it right away. If you've got anything else you need to take care of, make it quick. Report to me again when you're ready. Ad Victoriam, Initiate. I trust you're adjusting to service with the Brotherhood.
Things would be different now if Taggarty's unit had survived.
We'll make Appalachia a better place for everyone, Initiate. You're part of that now.